What is happening, fellow pioneers of human transportation? I'm Yogi Steve, and this is the Electric Scooter Academy. Let me ask you to subscribe to the page, like the video, and if you have any comments, put them in the boxes below. I definitely want to talk to you, and I really want to answer your questions. All that stuff helps the algorithm. I want to continue to promote the page. So what is the number one factor you need to think about before you buy your electric scooter? I can tell you, it's not how fast the scooter goes, it's not how far the scooter goes, it's not how expensive it is even, it's not even how durable the scooter is. The number one factor you need to consider before you buy your scooter is, what are you going to use it for? If you're a true last mile commuter, meaning you're only going from 1 mile from your home to, let's say, the metro, the bus station, or from your home to work, and it's a mile or less each way, you're a true last mile commuter. And you can most likely buy the least expensive scooter available. You could probably buy a Xiaomi M365 for 300 bucks, definitely under 400 bucks. And if you only have to go a mile in each direction for work, for pleasure, or whatever, you can get away with a $300 or $400 scooter and you're going to be fine. So the number one factor is, what are you using the scooter for? On the opposite end of the spectrum from being a last mile commuter is doing what I do, where you're going to ride your scooter 50 miles a day and you're going to ride it under difficult circumstances. Now, whether that means going off-road or doing what I do is just a ton of stop and start driving, which is really tough on these scooters. Constantly hitting the brakes, constantly accelerating, slowing down. It just puts a lot of stress on the scooter. So if you're on the other end of the spectrum and you're going to ride a lot of miles every day, you need to get a much, much more high-end, durable, long-range, and sometimes even faster scooter. The second thing you need to consider before buying your first scooter is, what is your local terrain like? If you live in an area that's totally flat with beautiful smooth roads without any hills, you can buy a less expensive scooter. If you live in an area like I do, which every square inch of this neighborhood is just up and down hills, you're going to need a more higher end, powerful scooter. So the second most important factor to consider is, what is the local terrain like? So without going into specific models, just think about the idea that, what am I going to use the scooter for? What is the terrain like? If I'm going to use the scooter for short distances on easy ground, you can go with less expensive scooters. If I'm going to use the scooter for long distance on more treacherous terrain, more difficult roads, you're going to need a higher end scooter. So again, I don't even need to recommend a brand to you. This can just get your mind starting to think about, what type of scooter am I going to buy? Remember, you want to make your first scooter purchase your last scooter purchase. I'm Yogi Steve. This is the Electric Scooter Academy. Thanks for following.
The strongest country in the world today, only because we are the freest country in the world today. And I don't ever forget that strength lies in our principle to be free.